Hey guys, Delta here, and I believe this is the video that some of you may be looking for. I played Star Wars Battlefront at PAX Prime this weekend, so finally, for the first time on my channel, I am actually allowed to talk about my hands-on experience with Star Wars Battlefront. The demo they brought was the survival game mode on Tatooine. You've all seen footage of it, I'm sure. There was nothing really new to come out of it, but this is just my hands-on impressions of the game. For the first time that I'm allowed to talk about. I strongly emphasize that point. So this demo only went up to 6 waves. It had clearly been shortened for the purposes of getting people through the line and getting them a good amount of time to play, but not keeping things too long like For Honor and its 5-hour-long line. The early waves felt just way too easy in my opinion, which is understandable. This is a demo being brought to a big event. You want everyone to be able to play it and have fun. This isn't Dark Souls where the game is actively trying to punish the player. Though once we start getting into rounds 4, 5, and 6, the challenge started to ramp up. We started to get more enemies coming at us. They actually used some strategy rather than just throwing themselves at us, and that started to get fun. I'm very interested to play this mode in the full game because it looks like you're going to be able to turn the difficulty up and get more of a challenge because, let's be honest, anytime a game lets you steamroll the AI that easy, it gets boring pretty quickly. I'm sure this won't be a problem in the full release because there's bound to be multiple difficulty settings. Even in the E3 footage versus what I played, it showed, I believe, 15 rounds, so there's definitely going to be options to choose from there. A lot of people are trying to compare this and say it's a Star Wars Battlefield. Some people say that's a good thing, some people don't. Personally, I think DICE is doing a lot to keep that comparison from ringing true. The gunplay, the way the weapons handle, especially, is very, very different from Battlefield. A lot of this stems from the fact that you're basically hip-firing all the time. Some weapons have scopes and you'll be able to zoom in with them, but there's no traditional aim-down sights function where you slow down, bring up the iron sights of your weapon, and look through them for a more accurate shot. Everything is basically done hip-firing, which stays true to the original Battlefront games, and it's one of those things that I'm very glad DICE carried over, because Battlefront has always been a fast-paced, arcadey shooter, and if they slowed it down with aim-down sights and other mechanics that are used in other modern first-person shooters, it would have been really disappointing in my opinion. One thing I did notice is that we were having some trouble with the character movement, really. We were getting stuck on various rocks and terrains randomly scattered throughout the environment, and we'd be like looking around, what's going on, why can't we move? It was really weird and kind of jarring, but for the most part it wasn't a major problem, and we had the jump pack with us to help us that we could just boost out of there, and that solved the problem most of the time. Visually, of course, the game is really, really pretty. The release footage isn't lying. The only difference I've seen from the majority of the trailers to the build we were playing is the resolution looked a little lower, and that's to be expected. They want the trailers to be at a native 1080p, and the PlayStation 4 looks like it's running it at 900p, which is what Battlefield 4 was running. And then, of course, because it was split screen, the game was running at 30 frames per second instead of the standard 60 that the game is supposed to run when you are playing solo. Of course, in typical DICE fashion, the sound design is absolutely incredible. The attention to detail in recreating accurate sound effects from the films was amazing to listen to. I can't wait to play this game in surround sound or with a really good set of headphones because it's going to be an absolute pleasure. But again, there's nothing really new to report there. We've all seen this footage. That's just my 2 cents on Battlefront after playing it at PAX. Remember to subscribe for more Battlefront content. We're going to have a ton of stuff coming out on this channel as we get closer to release, and of course there's an open beta starting in early October. You're just going to be able to sign up for that and play, so look forward to that. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.